What about the safety of the backups? For instance, fire and other natural disasters. How do you prepare for that? This is a good question considering my home lab was designed to be quite portable. I can just pick it up and take it places, and I do. Obviously, if my apartment's on fire, I have a lot more to worry about than my home lab considering my living situation is literally cooked. But to be honest with you, if there is a fire, fuck the home lab, I'm grabbing the cat. The most common backup strategy you'll probably learn about or see in realistic applications is called the 3-2-1 rule. Have three copies of your data, two of which are on separate storage mediums, and one of them is offsite or cloud based. And in this case, you're pretty much covered for everything aside from like an internal security breach. In my home lab, I do exercise this to a degree despite not having a NAS yet. My Killjoy server does sync to my desktop computer on a specific cadence, and then that will sync to Proton Drive, but it entirely depends on what I'm actually backing up. And some of my process is still manual because these management scripts that I make for my home lab are made from scratch. So I'm trying to debug them and make sure that they work flawlessly so that way I can take my eyes off of the automated scripting portions and work on different parts of my home lab. But a backup strategy is a lot more than just keeping copies of every file that you have. There are full versus incremental backups. There's cadence of backups because you can do weekly, bi weekly, monthly, etc. And especially in a home lab, you can choose what you're willing to lose or what you want to keep when it comes to a disaster like this, such as a fire. Because my camera roll, my Git repository, and my log files for all of these are quite precious because they're kind of irreplaceable. So things like that, I would definitely want to have backed up consistently with multiple versions, but things like my Project Zomboid save file, which doesn't sync because Steam Cloud doesn't work with it, I wouldn't really care to, have backups and keep that. It's just not important to me. But the 3-2-1 rule is ultimately the answer to your question because if something happens here where this home lab gets destroyed, the cloud backups that I've been uploading are what's going to really have all of those original versions, and then I can restore from there very carefully. But offsite backups can be easier said than done, and it can be kind of contradictory to what the meaning of a home lab really is, which is technological independence. You can't really do that unless you own a business and you can connect something there as well. But you'll have to rely on other people if you want to have some degree of offsite backups, and that's just the safest route to go.